starting. Kook versus Reaper. It's going to be Blood Run. So we'll see our first Blood Run of the day. And these are two very good Blood Run players. So this will be very interesting. Starting off with Reaper. This is quarterfinals. So this is best of 3. And things should start off relatively slowly. Reaper running around with the LG in his hands. And of course that gives off the sound cue. Lets your opponent know where you are with that sound cue. And he just pushes Pavel straight back. He just pushes Kook right off the LG. He predicted very well that Kook was going to go for the LG. He didn't have it. He needed it. Very good rocket. And all of a sudden, Reaper's just left without a clue what to do in that situation. You could see that he didn't expect to receive that kind of damage in that fight, and everything just messed up for him. Now, Kook is going to be able to win that Mega Health by pushing Reaper back. So, Kook has, created a situation where now he has control. This next 25 seconds is going to be about establishing the cycle. So he's got the lead on stack, which allows him to just take anything he wants. So what he's got to do is take the items in a way that helps him establish cycling. So in the right order, delaying if necessary, and so that he can have a better chance at just running the map. And he's going to probably let Reaper come to him, let Reaper poke, try to play the war of attrition. So every time Reaper tries to do damage, or maybe if Reaper turns the wrong way, he's going to receive a little bit of damage that the resources he gets every, let's say, 25 seconds, he can't keep up with. And eventually he dies. That's kind of what Pavel's going to be going for here. He's not the player who tends to go super aggressive unless, he's really feeling it. In this position, he's going to be very content to sit on this lead. Wait for his opponent to make a mistake. That's a very good play this early on in the game for any player as well. And here you go. He's going to make that stand over at Mega. Falls back onto the Mega. Got to be very careful. These rockets might be able to jump in over now. But, gets pushed into the corner. Very surprised at the movement of Pavel there, or Kook rather. He should have been able to win that fight, even if he jumped straight in the middle. But the rockets for Reaper, they save him completely. And that allows him to tie up the game. So actually, Kook getting a little bit aggressive, and it was totally correct. He could have done it every time, but the rockets of Reaper going to tie up the game. So Reaper now, he's in the position Pavel was in previously. Oh no, Kook just tries to force his way onto the red, does a lot of damage onto Reaper, and he's going to go down. And you can see he did go for the attack at the timing when both Red and Mega were spawning. So he's perhaps hoping that Reaper wouldn't be there, but he was. And now it's 2-1, and Reaper stands on Blood Run after 3 minutes with the lead, albeit one frag. So let's see now if Reaper's able to catch Pavel off guard. If he can do so, oh, that was a great chance at a rail. Unfortunately, Reaper did miss that one, but he just needs to keep things calm at the moment, just keep the items cycled well. But the problem is that timing for the Red and the Mega synchronized, and usually in that position you want to be the player on the Mega because it enables you to get some damage and then fall back onto the item. Doesn't work so well the other way around. So Reaper finding himself now in a position where the game's a little bit more even than he would like when it comes to resources and the weapons. Kook going to win that position over on the red, so that should be a red easily taken by Kook there. And you can see Reaper gets the timing and he falls back. He was passing unnoticed through those corridors, his upper corridors. And there, Kook is below at the yellow. And Reaper's got to be careful not to burn too much stack here on this little skirmish. He's going to go for the drop onto the yellow. That was so ambitious, but Kook is going to hold on. He's got plenty of stack left. And with the red spawning, you can't help but say that that was a complete misplay there from Reaper, who got a little bit too greedy trying to go for that yellow. When he had such a nice stack, could have looked for a better play. But here you go, it's going to be Kook now, who's going to be running the show again. But the thing is at least for Reaper, he is not behind a frag. Oh, and he's going to rocket jump straight into Reaper there. He gets pushed back as Reaper says no entry. And Kook has a position on red. No rockets though, that's kind of annoying. Oh, very nice connection from Reaper. The single rocket. After hitting that, he might feel a little bit of confidence if he can just connect the rail. A little bit more unreceived damage. he might feel the confidence to just go for it. But no, he's going to get pushed off the yellow. That's terrible news for Reaper. He's going to have to wait a long time now to get his stack sorted again. And Pavel, he might just not let Reaper have any time. Oh, just missing the rail around the corner. Going to go for the interception with the rocket jump. Here we go. Can he catch Reaper? He does with the LG. Nothing Reaper can do. He's going to go down. So 3-2 now as kook takes the lead. Red Armor is now up on the spot. There's going to be a pickup there for kook. Looking for that rail. And the grenades flying in from above, sailing through the air. kook not going to be able to get the shot. Reaper's not going to give it to him. And that's fair enough. A lot of time killed, though, as the red was not up. And there you go. Great damage output by kook. He's going to assume that Reaper actually backed off completely and will, never think of trying to take this red. And he was right. He's going to get a rail as well. Red's still up on the spot. Going to go in for the dive. Reaper trying to defend with the LG. He's committing to this. And he almost made it happen. 15 health remaining on kook. He is in a world of hurt at the moment. If Reaper reads this well, just one plasma bullet will kill him. kook got to be so careful here. He wants that red so badly. Mega's up now as well. The entire map is just completely reset. And kook has got to be so careful. If he dies and loses his weapons here in a position where he could at least take his 2-frag lead and just play out of control with it, then that's going to be a huge, huge problem. He does manage to find the very small window to grab that red without taking any damage, and that's going to allow him now to calm things down. And there are the 25s, but he can't really go for those. So much damage received, and actually not coming out of that situation too badly. And Reaper with a bit of a crazy aggression, not expecting kook to be so quick onto that position, gonna go down. kook managing to pick up that next mega under the assault of all these rails from Reaper, who's missing just a little bit too much. And he does get the kill and a red as a reward. 3 minutes left now on the first map, Blood Run, in this quarterfinal match between these two players. And it looks like Pavel is starting to really rack up the kills. Reaper unable to hold on, it seems. So Pavel, he's by no means in control at the moment. Reaper can just take a risk and play for that mega. He decided not to. Decided to just sit above a bit more passively and going to go for the red. And Pavel could very well hit the rail here. And if he does do that, he comes out so far ahead. He does hit it unreturned. There is a return. But Reaper just keeps exposing himself, going for shots. He's taking those risks. He knows there's not much time left in the match. It's only 2 minutes. So that's when the decision-making gets quite difficult, and every decision becomes very marginal all of a sudden, as you just have to take aggressive moves. Even when you don't want to, even when it looks foolish. Sometimes you just got to do what you got to do, and kook does receive a nasty rail there, but it's going to be rewarded as he gets position on the mega. That plus 100 there to protect him. The shotgun comes out. 8-2 now the score, with 90 seconds remaining, and it's going to be a very, very comfy scoreline for our Russian kook. There comes Reaper, unaware that he could come from that position at that time. Kook takes a lot of damage, but still feeling comfortable with this lead. And he can just stay here forever if he wants to, but gonna drop off. Reaper not able to get any fatal blows there, and you can see the timing of kook is still spot on.
1 minute warning.
And 60 seconds left. And it does look to be that Pavel, kook, is going to get the advantage in this best of 3 series against uaReaper. And he does receive a lot of damage there, but nice little rocket evasion as well. But not much more to say in this match for kook and Reaper. So, moving forwards, it does definitely look like kook is playing quite well. But the thing is that we saw kind of some mistakes from both players there, really, at the start of the game. And looking back at that moment where Kook really had very good control at the start of the game. He picked up the Mega, had no armor left, maybe 160, 170 health, all the weapons, and Reaper was stuck with the rockets at the shards by the rail. That's a fight which you can take every time, but Kook should have won it. So that was really kind of a scrappy beginnings, and it's good for Kook that he managed to, rein things in under control after that point, and Reaper now finds himself 9-3 on the first map. He's not going to feel too bad about it, though. He's still got another life left in this best of 3, of course, but I think I'm liking Kook for the 2-0 at this point. He's looking definitely quite solid. We're moving on to toxicity, though, so this is going to be maybe a little bit awkward for Kook. He's not known to be maybe the strongest toxicity player ever, but he's still very good there. I still give him the edge. So let's see how this turns out as the players do get ready for this match. And just waiting for them to just press that ready button. Go on, guys, press it. Press the ready button. Okay, they are being slow. And there you go, there we go. Kook and Reaper jumping into map number 2. It's going to be Toxicity here for the 7th Sunday Cup of the winter season. And it is a match point for the Russian player, Kook. Great rockets, my God. That was just ridiculous. Oh, God, that is a perfect start there from Kook. Barely even receiving damage and trying to force the spawn there away from the red armor. So he has a chance to take both Mega and red. Good play there from Kook, but he doesn't have the weapons to really deal with the LG. He takes a lot of damage, but he still does get the frag. So still ends up going very well for him. He does realize after spotting Reaper, picking up that LG, he's going to have to contest with the LG over at the Mega here. And it was a very good fight for Reaper, but the items are all going to Kook. He's able to sustain the damage that he's receiving from Reaper. Good position over red here. Mega spawn. He's actually going to go and commit for this. Oh, this is really, really a hard commit there from Kook. He's got to make the frag happen. Otherwise, position is there for Reaper on that Mega health, and Reaper can't move to the stairs. He's just too weak when it comes to that LG. And now Kook making his way back, trying to establish the item cycle. Very important on this map to get a strong item cycle. It's the way that you can get 10 to 15 frags in a row. That's how you do it on this map, on Toxicity. So far, very good start for Kook. Reaper throwing in the rails, trying to delay Kook onto good positioning for the moments in which he needs it. Good rocket out the telly. That changes everything. That should be the Mega one for Reaper, but oh no, Kook is going to come in through the telly exit at the last moment, and Reaper's just not ready for it. And oh, it was such a big opportunity there for Reaper. And here we go, another easy kill coming in for Kook as he picks up the red. Things are getting out of hand already at the start here. And there goes Reaper on the aggression. So, Kook now is feeling pretty good about himself. The 100 armor is not a very safe area to be in, but you can see it's enough because Reaper's not really able to pick up much himself. So it's all relative, and in that moment, Kook was actually very strong. And here we go, he's going to take the fight against Reaper again. Reaper doing a lot of damage. Kook not really executing to his best, to his fullest. Giving a very good opportunity for a follow-up. Reaper tries to take the follow-up. He just misses the... oh man, if he hit one of those 2 rails, that would be a dead Kook, and he would have a way back into the map. But crucial rails missed. And now Kook has replenished his item stack. Got that 150 armor. Going to pick up the Mega, no problem. No questions asked. And Reaper goes in for the LG engagement, but even if Kook is just really just missing a lot, he's still getting such good fights. Good follow-up there for Reaper, who realizes he's got to get aggressive in the moments where, or the window's opportunity of weakness perhaps for Kook, but he just can't quite do it. He comes so close multiple times, just can't quite do it though. And 11-0 now the score in 3.5 minutes. It's looking like a very, very one-sided Toxicity so far for Kook, and Reaper, he's going to have to start hitting more shots. He's missing too many crucial ones, and here he is taking another fight over the red. But what does it mean? What does it mean? All the items going to Kook. No chance for a follow-up facial there as Kook jumps into the mid area. And that's another kill. 13-0. Reaper going to go down again off the spawn. He's just missing too much. It is just that simple right now. And Pavel going to pick himself up more kills. Missing the rocket jump, but that's fine. There is the second one. I mean, there is the steal on the Mega. This could be an opportunity, actually. So maybe it's not actually fine at all. But Reaper has to hit something. He doesn't manage to hit any rockets. So no opportunity. 16-0. It's brutal. Hide your kids. Hide your wife. This is not safe for work. And Kook is going to pick up another red armor. He has had no threat, really, to his control so far. Almost halfway point reached and just dominance straight off the bat. The rocket play right at the start of the game was really telling, and it seems like Reaper was just unable to recover from that. Still just losing frag after frag. 19-0. It's like Kook is playing someone who is even a new person at the game, but it's just Reaper. He's just missing the key shots. And when you're playing against a really good player like Pavel, and you miss the key shots on this map, you're gonna look terrible. That's just how it is. That's how it works on Toxicity. If you just can't hit the shots, boom, you look like a noob. And we all know that Reaper is a great player, but a few too many shots missed in this regard. 21-0, and you can see some typing there. And unfortunately, I cannot translate. I'm so sorry. I don't know the language. Maybe one day I'll learn Russian. Maybe I can get Damaros to translate. He's very busy though, you know, he's got a lot on his mind. And another frag coming in, 23-0. So, not much to say about it really. I mean, the way that Reaper needs to come back into this game is you need firstly the damage output. And there were moments where he had that. I mean, there were, I think, maybe 2 moments where he had those opportunities. And you need the damage output at the right times so you get the follow-ups. I mean, that's how Toxicity works. You trade a few frags at a key time when the items are kind of far away. So it gives you a buffer so you can say, okay, I can probably die like 2 or 3 times and get the opponent really weak. And then the Mega's spawning. Then I can make the play onto the Mega. Hopefully get a good enough spawn, make the play on the Mega or the red armor, whatever it is going to be. Whatever happens with the item times. And boom, you can get back in the game that way. You can reset control and give yourself an opportunity. Sure, if you mess up at that point, you've gone down, 5 or 6 frags, maybe, and you're back at square one. But that's, well, maybe 5 or 6 frags is a bit extreme, maybe closer to 4 to 5. But you can make those plays again. And we often see the top players who execute very well, finding themselves in these situations. And we have very back and forth games. And sometimes, though, if a player takes these opportunities and gets unlucky or doesn't go their way 2 or 3 times in a row, we see scorelines, not like this, of course, but we see scorelines which are a bit more dominant, where players down, maybe 10 frags or so. But this is just a shooting gallery now for Kook, as Reaper just kind of runs around the map, taking the punishment. And Kook is not to be messed with. So this should mean, well, this will mean that Kook is going to move forwards in the tournament to the semi-finals, weathering the quarters, getting himself in those semis. That was almost a very awesome rocket. And I actually cannot forget to mention DreamHack movie, DreamHack 2013 Quake Live movie is done. And we will show it after the grand finals. It features, of course, some of your favorite players, your favorite faces, a lot of an amalgamation of tournament, LAN footage and event footage in there. So it's a pretty awesome movie. So stay tuned after the grand finals for the Quake Live DreamHack 2013 movie. You don't want to miss it. Spread the word so that people know to stick around for that. And of course, we have it uploaded, ready to be published. So after we show it on the stream, you guys will be able to find that and download it as well. And there'll be more information on ES Reality about that, so just keep your eyes peeled. But the DreamHack movie is here. And it is a great movie as well. A lot of awesome moments captured in the movie. And just a minute and a half left now, and Reaper definitely not a fan of forfeiting, I suppose. Fighting to the bitter end, even when it's 35-4. So uaReaper, what happened, man? What happened? What happened? I guess he played Pavel. That's what happened. That is what happened. And I'll take this moment as well to remind people that they can send demos to me if you want to appear on my YouTube channel for one of the community episodes of Quake Live Plays, where I do analysis of duel matches from someone's POV, and talk about the decision making, like what you can do, what is good, what you can do better. My interpretation, of course, I never profess to have all the correct answers on anything, but it's just my interpretation of the situations. But a lot of Russian going on the server now, as you guys can see, and we should get like a, I don't know, Google Translate app built into Quake Live. That'd be amazing. That would probably be quite hilarious. But there you go. So it's going to be 36-6, the final score between kook and Reaper, and it's going to be a very easy 2-0 sweep for kook. There were some moments where it was a little bit troubling on Blood Run on the first map in this quarterfinal, but it kind of evened out, and then kook was able to assert his skill level and just take it down relatively easily and in a straightforward manner at the end of Blood Run. So we have Ash and Agent in the quarterfinals as the next match coming up here live on FACEIT TV. So guys, we'll go to a quick break. Stay tuned for that. We'll be right back.